everyone. I'm Dorothy Kittner, Associate Dean and Director of Corporate Relations here at WashU Olin's Business School. Our guest today is Richard Mahoney, Olin's Distinguished Executive in Residence. Mr. Mahoney was CEO and Chairman of Monsanto Company for 13 years, and he transformed it from a largely commodity chemical company to a high-tech life sciences company known for its environmental leadership. He is a trustee emeritus at WashU and holds honorary degrees from WashU, UMSL, Westminster College, UMass Amherst, and University of Oxford, England. He's a member of the President's Circle of the National Academy of Sciences. Dick Mahoney counsels students on career choices and employment and has an excellent success record. Dick, what is your secret sauce?
Well, thank you, Dorothy. If there is a secret ingredient, it's really the students. Whether they're undergraduates or MBAs or special masters, they're really wonderful people, and I love working with them. And the employers know that too. They're highly disposed towards our people. And then the second part of the secret sauce, I suppose, is the Career Development Center. And they have wonderful contacts all over the country and in some parts of the world with employers. And they have a terrific network of graduates who are willing to help students get located and get internships and so on. Where I come in, usually, is from the Career Development Department. And they send me some people who are not quite certain about what they want to do with their lives. And that's not unusual, but I like to work with them at that point. And what we do is try to find out what they really love. Because if you do what you really love, you do it better and it's much more satisfying. And that's an exercise they probably haven't done very often. They'll say, well, I think I'd like to go to work for an investment banking firm. I say, well, so when you were 8 years old, you were playing with bond rates? Is that what turns you on or makes you? And quite often, and it depends on the person, but quite often I then say, look, I'm going to give you $100 million. You never have to work. I don't want to hear about jobs. What's going to get you up in the morning? What's going to get you excited to get through the day for the next 10 years? Most of them haven't thought about that. And that takes a couple of sessions usually. And then they come back and say, well, you know, I think I've found what I really would like to do. And I say, okay, step number 2 is let's find a field that sounds like that. And that's another exercise. And it could be a NGO, it could be a corporation, it could be any kind of nonprofit, whatever their real interests are. So we find a field. And then the third part is the hardest part. We pick a company or an organization, just one. And we study that organization to death. If it's a corporation that's listed on the stock exchange, we look at their 10Ks, their 10Qs. We talk to analysts. We talk to employees. We talk to suppliers. And we find out all about that company, just one. And then we are prepared to answer the question, the key question that's going to go on the resume. If you hire me, here's exactly how I'm going to help you meet your objectives. And so that's very different from what I see others doing. When they send out 40 or 50 resumes, they go out in the ether, and nobody pays the least bit of attention. And so we start with one company. Now, if this company doesn't work out for whatever reason, we do another one. And once you do the system, you will never look for a job again without going through that same analysis. What can I do to help you? And it's the most important question you're going to have. Do the 3 steps. Find out what you love. Find a field that sounds like that. And then pick one company. And don't spend around your time spending 50 or 60 resumes. There's a great cartoon I have in my office. It shows a dump truck pulling up to the dump. And the guy in the dump is telling the driver, resume's over there. And that's exactly what happens. Now, if you have if you're answering a particular job that's being offered, then you have to be very careful in your cover letter to capture all the words they're using. Otherwise, the computer won't let you in the game. And then you come in with your the rest of the story in the cover letter. If you hire me, here's how I can help you meet your objectives. The most I ever see on this topic is somebody says, I notice you have a lot of numbers in your company. I love numbers. I can help you. Well, that gets thrown in the wastebasket. The important thing is to get this in somebody's hands, and that's where the network comes in. A naked resume without anybody behind it is a very, very difficult thing to get done. So that's where you get somebody. It has to go to the HR department eventually. But if it comes through an alum or another contact, and a little note on that that says, take a look at this one, this is really good, that's an enormous advantage. Networking is everything in this game. And try not ever to send a plain old resume, and be careful not to offend the HR department. So that's the procedure. If you're willing to do the work, and it is work, and it takes several sessions, and you have to put up with me for that many sessions. And when you get to the part about, here's how I can help you, I can tell you I'm a very tough audience. But once you get that thing done, it'll work. It's worked in the past, and it'll work for you. Trust me on that.